The day Neymar scored in the Champions League final and became a Barcelona legend was lit. This epic showdown between Juventus and Barcelona went down on June 6, 2015. Back then, Barca was rolling deep with an enviable squad, including Iniesta, Xavi, Mascherano, and TK. Not to mention the iconic trio Messi, Suarez, and Neymar. Juventus wasn't slacking either, with top-tier players like Buffon, Vidal, Pogba, Tevez, and Pirlo. It was the clash of titans, the perfect moment for Neymar to flex his worth in Barcelona. The ref kicked off the game, and it started off with a bang. Before the first minute even hit, Juventus intercepted a pass in their defensive zone, and Tevez snagged the ball, taking a shot from outside the box. But man, his aim was way off, and the ball ended up in the middle of nowhere. Now it was Neymar's turn to step up. Right after, the Brazilian superstar got a pass on the flank and tried to juke the opposing player. But then, another Juve defender stepped up, disarmed him, and booted the ball out of there. Soon after, Barcelona launched an attack with Jordi Alba receiving the ball on the left offensive side and flicking it first time to Neymar. The Brazilian boss faced the defense, made some room, and slid the ball to Iniesta inside the box. Iniesta, in turn, passed it first time to Rakitic, who nailed it with a precise shot straight into the net. That goal, scored in the opening moments with a key assist from Neymar, gave Barcelona a huge boost, edging them closer to snagging the title. At the 7-minute mark, Neymar kept on pressing Juventus when he got a pass on the left and tried to whip the ball into the box. But an opposing defender blocked the ball with a hand touch. Yet the ref didn't call it and let the game roll on. Not long after, Juventus hit back with Morata, kick-starting a quick counter on the right. Getting close to the box, Juventus' number 9 pulled a slick move on Mascherano and dished it to Vidal, who blasted a first-timer towards the goal. But the shot lacked the needed precision, sending the ball wide and blowing a chance to level the score. Now was the moment for Neymar to jump back into the spotlight. Right away, Barcelona went on the offensive again with Messi feeding Neymar up front. Without missing a beat, the Brazilian star broke into the box, weaving through defenders and firing a shot at the goal. However, the ball went wide, just shaving the post, and barely missed boosting Barcelona's lead. Around the 12-minute mark, Neymar once again had Juventus' defense on edge when Messi lobbed a pass to the Brazilian inside the box. But Neymar couldn't connect with the ball in time to finish, and it rolled out of play. Immediately after, Barcelona put pressure on Juventus' defense, starting a team play with Luis Suarez passing the ball to Daniel Alves inside the box. Without hesitation, Alves took the ball first time and launched a shot at goal. However, Juventus' keeper, Buffon, pulled off a phenomenal save, stopping Barcelona from extending their lead in the match. By the 19th minute, it was Juventus' turn to strike back, initiating a counter with Pogba taking the ball forward. Approaching the box, Pogba attempted a pass to Tevez in the middle. However, Barcelona's defender, Mascherano, successfully intercepted the pass, deflecting the ball out of play. Around the 20-minute mark, Daniel Alves showcased a standout moment by dribbling past Vidal, nutmegging him. This move seriously pissed off the Juventus player. At the 23-minute mark, Juventus pulled off a set play where Morata passed the ball to Vidal and got it back in the box, taking a shot at goal. But the finish wasn't on point, and the ball ended up going wide. Not long after, Juventus made another push, with Evra sending a cross into the box. But a Barcelona defender intercepted the pass, only to get quickly dispossessed, and the ball landed at Marchisio's feet. Without hesitation, he took a first-time shot, blasting it towards the goal, skimming the crossbar, and going out by just a bit. Time for Neymar to make a comeback in the game. Around the 26-minute mark, the Brazilian ace got the ball on the left side and tried to cross into the middle of the box, but a Juventus defender intercepted and cleared it with a header. Luckily, the ball came back to Neymar, who, on a second try, opted to shoot directly at goal. However, Buffon was on his toes and pulled off a solid save for Juventus. Nearing the 39th minute of the game, Barcelona launched another attack, with Suarez moving the ball up to the opposition box and taking a shot at goal, but his aim was off, sending the ball close to the post and out, crossing the end line. Right after, Barcelona snatched the ball from a Juventus player in midfield and initiated a counter, with Neymar trying to pass the ball to Messi, but an opposing defender intercepted the pass. The ball then fell to Suarez, who shot at goal, but Buffon, alert, made an efficient save for Juventus. In the 43rd minute, Neymar intercepted a pass from Juventus in their defensive half. Instantly, he crossed the ball to Suarez, who was in the box. However, the Uruguayan striker couldn't head the ball effectively, thus missing a solid scoring opportunity. Right after, Juventus hit back, with Vidal grabbing the ball in attack and firing a shot at goal, but it was blocked by an opposing defender. The ball rebound landed with Marchisio, who took another long shot, but Barca's keeper saved it, Time for Messi to step into the spotlight. In the last play of the first half, the Argentine player pushed forward, dodging multiple defenders in a solo run. But before he could make a pass into the box, he ran out of room, leading to the ball going out of play. The second half kicked off even more hype. At the 48-minute mark, Barcelona launched a speedy counter with Rakitic hustling the ball across the field. Getting close to the opposition's box, he passed it to Suarez, who didn't hesitate to take a direct shot at goal. But Buffon pulled off a wicked save, keeping Barcelona from widening their lead. Luis Suarez was also itching to make his mark in the game. Soon after, the Uruguayan striker got the ball in the box and tried to cross into the middle, but got blocked by an opposing defender. The ball came back to him, and this time he decided to shoot at goal, but it went way over and out. Messi's turn to give it a shot came around. Around the 50-minute mark, the Argentine ace went on the offensive, executing a play-swapping pass with Neymar and Suarez. After getting the ball in the box, he took a shot at goal. However, the finish didn't have the precision needed, and the ball ended up going out. By the 54th minute, Juventus responded by intercepting an opponent's pass and starting a counter, with Lichtsteiner passing it inside the box to Tevez, who didn't think twice, turned around, and shot at goal. Barca's keeper managed to save the shot, but Morata, being right there, got the rebound and shot again, sinking the ball into the net. That goal from Juventus tied up the game again, sending Juventus fans into a frenzy with hopes of turning the game around and winning the championship. At the 60-minute mark, Barcelona tried to clap back, with Iniesta sending a long pass towards Messi in the box. But the pass was too much on the gas, and Messi couldn't catch up to the ball before it rolled out of play. By the 62nd minute, Juventus was close to upping their lead with some team play action. Tevez, chilling unmarked in the middle, got the ball and took a shot at goal. But his shot went full send, flying over the crossbar and out of play. Just a few minutes later, Juventus ramped up the pressure again, with Evra leading a charge on the left and passing the ball to Pogba in the middle. Pogba, with a slick spin move, took a long shot at goal. However, Barca's keeper came through with a solid save. It looked like Juventus was about to flip the script until the MSN trio got back in the game. Around the 67th minute, Messi snagged the ball and dashed into the attack with all his speed. Getting close to the box, the Argentine fired a shot at goal, but Buffon was there for the save. But the rebound landed right at Suarez's feet, who didn't let the chance slip and slotted the ball into the net, netting Barca's second goal of the game. Suarez's goal put the Catalan squad back in the lead, sending the fans into a hype frenzy. And to Juventus's despair, Neymar was hyped to score a goal in the game. Just minutes later, Barcelona seized on a Juventus mispass to counter, with Jordi Alba pushing up on the left and swinging the ball into the area. Neymar, perfectly placed, headed the ball into the goal. But during the celebration, the ref called off the goal, claiming the ball hit Neymar's hand, which totally bummed out the Brazilian player. Around the 74-minute mark, Barcelona whipped up a counter, with Neymar booking it down the field and passing to Jordi Alba in the box, who slipped trying to take a shot. Barca kept the ball, and Neymar got it back, only to get knocked down by a foul near the box. The foul, just 25 meters from the goal, was a major threat to Juventus, especially since Messi, a free kick wizard, was gearing up to take it. Messi launched a strong shot, but went full throttle, sending the ball flying out of play. With 78 minutes on the clock, Juventus scored a corner, executed with a cross into the box. Pogba, strategically placed, out-jumped the defenders and headed the ball with mad force towards the goal. But his aim was off, sending the ball over the crossbar and out of bounds! At the 81-minute mark, it was Barca's turn to attack, with Busquets on the right sending a cross to Rakitic in the middle, who tapped it first time into the area. Piqué, well-positioned, blasted a shot at goal, but it had too much juice and went out. On the flip side, Juventus was dying for a tie, and at the 88-minute mark, took another stab with Lichtsteiner, unleashing a powerful and precise shot from outside the box. However, Barca's keeper made a stellar save, preventing the Italian team from tying up the game. In stoppage time, Juventus gave it another go with Tevez receiving the ball up front and taking a long shot. But once again, Barca's keeper was on it. It was Neymar's time to shine and seal the deal, and that's exactly what went down when the Brazilian superstar kicked off a counterattack and, getting close to the box, passed to Pedro, who flicked the ball back into the area. Neymar, with all his finesse, blasted a powerful and pinpoint shot, sinking the ball into the net and scoring Barcelona's third goal of the game. That Neymar goal clinched the Champions League trophy for the Catalan squad, sparking wild celebrations for this hard-fought title. The day Neymar went off on the field and totally schooled PSG in one of the most insane comebacks in soccer was lit. This epic matchup between Barcelona and PSG went down on March 8, 2017 at Camp Nou during the second leg of the Champions League round of 16. In the first leg, PSG had snagged a 4-0 win, a massive lead that tons of peeps thought was pretty much game over, but not for Barcelona. Rolling deep with the world's top players like Messi, Neymar, and Suarez, the ref kicked things off and the game got intense right from the jump. Barcelona started turning up the heat in just the first 2 minutes, going hard on the attack. After a dope series of passes, Rafinha took control on the right and whipped a killer cross into the box. While the opposing team's defenders were hustling to clear the danger, Luis Suarez found a gap, heading the ball straight to the back of the net. At first, there was some drama over whether the goal was legit, since a PSG player almost stopped it right on the line. But the ref called it a goal, giving Barcelona a fire start by putting one on the board. That early goal sparked hope in Barcelona, now needing just 3 more to tie up the aggregate score. Then 10 minutes in, PSG clapped back with Draxler making a play on the left and pushing forward. Getting into the box, he tried a cross to the center, but a Barca defender blocked it, accidentally touching the ball with his hand in the process. PSG was all handball, but the ref judged it accidental and let the game roll on without calling the foul. A few minutes later, Barca was on the move again with Messi getting the ball and charging forward, but he got checked by Draxler, who got slapped with a yellow. That foul from that spot was bad news for PSG, because Messi, stepping up for the free kick, is known for nailing goals from there. The Argentine ace focused up and blasted a powerful shot, but the ball ended up soaring way too high and crossed the end line. Now it was Neymar's time to shine in the game. Around 17 minutes in, Barca launched an attack with Rafinha, flipping the play with a long pass to Neymar on the left side. The Brazilian superstar controlled the ball with mad skill and from outside the box took a hefty shot at the goal. Even though the ball whipped close to the post, it missed the target and went out across the end line. Nearing the 25-minute mark, Barcelona kept pressing PSG's defense with Rafinha on the left, drawing a rough foul close to the box. Lionel Messi got another shot at a free kick, but ended up firing one that smacked into the wall and didn't cause any trouble. Looks like Messi's shooting accuracy wasn't having its best day. Before you keep watching the vid, hit that subscribe button, please! At the 28-minute point, Neymar tried to make a solo play on the left and ended up drawing a foul. The Brazilian took the free kick, aiming for a cross into the area, but the ball got picked off by the opposing defenders. Shortly after, PSG tried to bounce back after a Barca passing mistake, with the ball landing at Lucas Moura's feet. He controlled the ball and attempted a shot from outside the box, but Barca's goalie managed to make the save. Right after, Barca hit back with a quick counter, Messi running down the field with the ball and dishing it to Rafinha inside the box. He attempted a cross to the center, but a PSG defender managed to block the shot with a slide. 33 minutes into the game, Barca tried for another attack with Iniesta, attempting a pass to Neymar inside the box. However, as the Brazilian sprinted to get the ball, he was knocked down inside the area, but the ref decided not to call a penalty. Right after that, keeping up the attack pressure, Barcelona saw Messi create a chance by passing the ball to Suarez, who was positioned near the opposing area. Without hesitation, the Uruguayan striker took a shot at the goal. However, the opposing goalie managed to make an easy save, but it was at the 39-minute mark that Barca started getting more efficient with their attacks, when Neymar kicked off a team play with a long pass to Suarez. Quickly, the Uruguayan forward passed it to Iniesta, who was inside the box. As PSG players tried to clear the ball from their area, a moment of chaos led to one of them accidentally kicking the ball into their own goal, handing Barcelona an own goal. And so the first half ended with Barcelona having scored 2 goals, but still needing to do a lot more to secure their spot. The second half started off even more energetic. Less than a minute after the game resumed, PSG launched an attack with Draxler speeding towards the goal. But as he got close to the box, Barca's defense managed to disarm him and send the ball to the end line. Neymar, who had been quiet, wanted to stand out and be a highlight of the match. Then, just 2 minutes after the previous play, the Brazilian ace tried to receive a pass from Iniesta inside the box, but ended up being knocked down before he could get the ball. The ref was unsure at first, but after consulting with his assistant, he confirmed the penalty in favor of Barca. The chosen one to take the shot was Lionel Messi, who didn't want to miss out on this opportunity. The Argentine superstar focused and fired a shot into the corner, scoring Barca's 3rd goal of the game. At that moment, the crowd went wild. It seemed like with every goal, the hopes for a historic comeback only grew. 51 minutes into the game, PSG tried to respond with Meunier getting the ball on the right, dribbling past Neymar and attempting a cross into the box. Cavani, well-positioned, dove for the ball, pushing it towards the goal. However, the ball hit the post and went to the end line. A few minutes later, Neymar was bugging PSG's defense again when he got a pass from Messi inside the area and ended up getting knocked down. But this time, the ref decided not to call a penalty and let the game keep rolling. At the 58-minute mark, PSG tried to clap back when Meunier got a pass on the right and attempted a cross into the area. But before the ball could make it, a Barca defender slid in to block the pass and sent the ball out of play. By the 61st minute, the tension for Barcelona cranked up. On a free kick for PSG, the ball was launched into the area where Kurzawa, well-placed, headed it to set up Cavani. The Uruguayan, seizing the moment, hit it first time, scoring a goal for PSG. That goal put Barcelona in a tight spot, as they now needed 3 more goals to advance in the competition. Just when it seemed like things couldn't get any worse for Barcelona, PSG ramped up their attack again. This time, Draxler found Cavani in the box, who went one-on-one with the goalie. Without hesitating, Cavani shot at the goal. But the Barca keeper pulled off an epic save, denying PSG the chance to widen the lead. Neymar, seeing the game taking such turns, tried to get desperate. Right after, he got the ball on the attack and tried to make a solo play, but ended up losing the ball inside the box. Frustrated with the situation, the Brazilian acted impulsively and committed a harsh foul on an opposing player in an attempt to win back the ball. This action earned him a yellow card. Soon after, Neymar tried once again to create an opportunity on his own, getting the ball on the left flank and attempting to beat the defenders with his dribble. However, he ended up losing possession of the ball again. Next up, Barca made another go at it when PSG lost the ball in defense and Messi passed it to Arda in the box, who fired a strong shot at the goal. The attempt nearly turned into a goal, if not for the heroic action of a PSG defender who saved the ball right on the line. At the 66-minute mark, Barca went for it again, with Neymar passing the ball to Suarez in the box. The Uruguayan striker, trying a little trickery, faked a fall looking for a penalty. However, the ref, keeping a sharp eye on the play, booked him with a yellow card for diving. Neymar also seemed hell-bent on flipping the script of the game. Around the 70-minute mark, he charged forward and took a long-range shot, but the opposing goalie blocked it no sweat. A few minutes later, Barca gave it another shot, this time with Messi making a solo run, darting into the box and trying a shot on goal. But the shot's accuracy was off, and the ball went out of play. As the game neared its end, around the 85-minute mark, PSG launched a counter with Di Maria receiving a pass that put him in an excellent position. Getting into the box, he ended up slipping and sending the ball wide. With just minutes left in the game, it seemed impossible for Barcelona to net 3 goals to qualify. But there was a player named Neymar, and with him on the field, anything was possible. Close to the 87-minute mark, the Brazilian ace was fouled near the box. This time, Neymar stepped up to the plate and asked to take the free kick. The Brazilian star focused and unleashed a perfect shot, driving the ball into the net, leaving the opposing goalie with no chance. Despite this beautiful goal, Barcelona still needed to score 2 more goals in just a few minutes, something nearly impossible to pull off. Right after, Barca launched another attack with Messi delivering a pinpoint pass to Suarez in the box. The Uruguayan player tried to control the ball, but ended up falling in the area. And this time, the ref called a penalty. Neymar once again stepped up to the plate and got ready to take the shot. The Brazilian superstar fired off an awesome shot, netting his 2nd goal of the game. Even with that goal giving Barcelona a huge boost, they still needed 1 more goal, thanks to PSG's away goal, which kept the French team in the lead. But in the very last moment of the game, during the 4 minutes of stoppage time, in a free kick situation where even Barcelona's goalie joined the attack, the unthinkable happened. After the free kick was taken, the ball got blocked, but eventually found its way back to Neymar, who went for another cross. This time, the ball found the feet of Sergi Roberto, who was in a prime position and managed to drive the ball into the net. At that moment, Barca fans went wild over what had just unfolded that night. Barcelona had just pulled off the impossible with a historic comeback, scoring 6 goals in the match. Neymar was key in this historic game, bagging 2 goals and an assist that led to Barca's advance to the quarterfinals. The day Neymar totally slayed on the field against Real Madrid, making Cristiano Ronaldo feel totally owned, was epic. This went down on November 21st, 2015 at Santiago Bernabeu during one of those classic face-offs between Barcelona and Real Madrid. It was a huge game, with both squads battling for the top spot in the Spanish league, and it was also this personal showdown between Neymar and Cristiano Ronaldo. Real, with CR7 at the helm, had a stacked team, featuring stars like Modric, Kroos, Gareth Bale, Sergio Ramos, and Benzema. Meanwhile, Neymar's Barca squad had Iniesta and Suarez, but Messi wasn't starting, coming off a recent injury. It was the perfect shot for Neymar to show the world he could be Barca's main man. The game kicked off intense. Within the first 40 seconds, Sergio Ramos went in hard on Suarez, who was left nursing his shoulder in pain. By the 2-minute mark, Real made the first move with Ronaldo getting the ball on the left flank and taking on the defense, but the ball ended up going out of play. A minute later, it was Neymar's turn to shine. After snagging a pass from Suarez, the Brazilian ace bolted with all his speed and tried to make room for a cross, which went too hard and got scooped up by Real's keeper. Come the 6-minute mark, Barca went on the offensive again, with Suarez setting up Neymar for a shot, but it was blasted too hard and went off target. About 2 minutes later, Real launched an attack, with Cristiano Ronaldo getting the ball on the right side. He pulled off a slick move on Mascherano, leaving him on the deck, and kept the play alive, trying for a cross into the box, but it got blocked by Barca's keeper. That killer move showed CR7 wasn't messing around. But the game took a turn at the 10-minute mark when Barca made a move with Sergi Roberto breaking past Real's defense and dishing out a sweet pass that put Suarez right in front of the goal. The Uruguayan striker didn't miss the chance and hit the ball first time, scoring the first goal for Barcelona. But Neymar was also itching to make his mark on the game. At the 22-minute mark, the Brazilian star intercepted an opponent's pass and went on the offensive, but got fouled by James Rodriguez, who copped a yellow card for it. The free kick from 28 meters out could have been a major threat since Neymar, who took the shot, is known for netting beauties from that distance. Even though he struck the ball well, the opposing keeper was on point and managed an easy save. The game kept up its intensity, with fouls being dished out left and right. At the 37-minute mark, Real tried to bounce back, with Cristiano Ronaldo kicking off an attack, passing the ball around and dashing towards the box to get on the end of a cross, but ended up getting intercepted by an opposing defender. Before you keep watching the vid, hit that subscribe button, please! Following that, Gareth Bale whipped in another cross towards Ronaldo, but Barca's keeper jumped to catch the ball and then fumbled it. This keeper's slip-up almost let CR7 snatch the ball, but Barca's defenders managed to boot it clear. Neymar then decided to step back into the spotlight to dash Real's hopes. 38 minutes into the game, Barcelona nicked the ball off Real and launched a counter, with Neymar getting it on the left flank. The Brazilian ace took control with all his skill and finished coolly, slotting the ball under the keeper, a goal that further widened Barca's lead. And if the marking on Neymar was tight before, it got even tighter after that goal. At the 40-minute mark, after receiving the ball from a throw-in, 3 Real players swarmed him and brought him down. A clear foul showing just how much the Brazilian was feared by the opposition. Now, it was Cristiano Ronaldo's turn to get back into the game. In the final stretch of the first half, at the 42-minute mark, CR7 tried to pull off a solo play, doing some fancy footwork and attempting a dribble, but realized the defense was too tight and decided to pass the ball. Real's attack didn't last long, though, as Neymar managed to intercept a pass and kick off a new counter for Barca. He sent a forward pass to Suarez, who tried to start an attack on the left, but Real's defense quickly regrouped, shutting down any chance. Then, in stoppage time of the first half, Neymar got the ball on the left side and instead of passing, decided to take on the defense. The Brazilian used his speed to drive the attack, and upon reaching the opponent's area, started a give and go with Suarez. The two forwards exchanged a series of passes until Suarez was in front of goal and nearly extended Barca's lead, but his attempt was blocked by a spectacular save from an opposing player. The first half ended with the vibe that Neymar was totally killing it, while Cristiano Ronaldo seemed MIA. The second half kicked off with Real Madrid looking for a comeback. At the 46-minute mark, the left-back Marcelo got the ball and decided to go solo on the left, dribbling past Barca's defender and trying a shot, but the ball went wide. Less than 2 minutes later, Real kept pushing to score their first goal, with James Rodriguez firing a beautiful shot that was saved by Barca's keeper. And right after, Gareth Bale tried again with a long-distance shot that also went wide. At the 50-minute mark during a Barca attack, fullback Sergi Roberto was fouled near the box. And for the second time in the game, Neymar was set to take the free kick. This time, he really focused and nailed the kick, but Real's keeper pulled off an excellent save and stopped the Brazilian star from scoring. But Neymar was not messing around and was determined to widen Barca's lead by any means. Less than 2 minutes after taking that free kick, the Brazilian started a fire attack move, dropping a sick heel assist for Iniesta to finish. The result of that play was nothing short of a banger from Iniesta, all thanks to Neymar's slick assist. At that point, things were getting even more rough for Cristiano Ronaldo and his squad. And the bad news was, it could still get worse. A few minutes go by and Barca goes for another counter, with Neymar picking up the ball midfield and pushing forward, passing to Suarez, who makes it into the box but ends up getting knocked down. The ref didn't call it a foul. No penalty was given. Following that, Neymar doubles down with another pass to Suarez, who ends up sending the ball wide. And if things weren't already looking grim for Real Madrid, they were about to get even darker with Messi hitting the field at the 55-minute mark. 6 minutes pass, and Neymar is back on the offensive, getting a forward pass on the left side. The Brazilian takes on the defense and passes to Messi, who can't keep the play alive and decides to pass back. Then, at the 65-minute mark, Barca starts another attack, with Messi passing to Suarez, who flicks it with his heel to Neymar, who also drops another gorgeous heel pass to Messi, trying to finish, but the shot gets blocked by the opposing defenders. This was a stunning play by the MSN trio, which with Messi now on the field, was back in full force. But now it was Cristiano Ronaldo's turn to step up. At the 67-minute mark, Real tried to respond with a quick counter led by Gareth Bale, who delivered a sweet pass, putting Cristiano Ronaldo right in front of goal. But the Portuguese star wasn't having his best day and ended up shooting right at the keeper, who pulled off an incredible save. That was Real Madrid's best shot of the whole game, and it got botched by the club's top dog. Ronaldo's frustration was off the charts, and he was pretty much resigned to taking the L. The game stayed lit, and at the 71-minute mark, Barca snatched up a bad pass from the opposition and sparked a counter. Messi got the ball rolling, passing to Suarez in the box, who tried to finish, but Real's defenders blocked the shot. And if Cristiano Ronaldo was already feeling wrecked being down 3-0, it was about to get way worse. Because at the 73-minute mark, Barca launched another assault with Messi passing to Jordi Alba, who flicked it first time to Luis Suarez charging towards the box. Neymar popped up on the left as a pass option, but the Uruguayan ace decided to lob it over the keeper, bagging his second goal of the game and putting his team up by 4. Cristiano Ronaldo's reaction was pure vexation. Getting thrashed by his arch-rival at a packed Santiago Bernabeu was a total disgrace. It stung even more, considering he'd fluffed his team's prime chances in the game. Even with the massive lead, Barcelona was still thirsty to pad the score. At the 78-minute mark, Messi delivered a killer pass to Neymar on the left, who charged forward and played it back to the Argentine star, who tried to play off Suarez but lost the ball. 2 minutes later, Real Madrid tried to claw back with Cristiano Ronaldo taking the ball, showing off some moves, and trying to take on the defense. But CR7 switched gears, passed off to his teammates, and dashed to the box calling for a cross, which Benzema headed nearly scoring if not for the opposing keeper's stunning save. By the 82-minute mark, Barca went on the offensive with Neymar holding the ball until he got slammed by Carvajal, who got slapped with a yellow card. A minute goes by, and Neymar gets hit again, even harder this time by Isco, who gets shown the red card and gets booted from the game. This totally showed how the Brazilian superstar was getting roughed up and targeted by his rivals. It also highlighted how Real's players were super salty about the defeat, but none of that could stop Neymar's boldness. At the 85-minute mark, he charged forward again, dodging defenders and slicing open space to dish out a fire pass to Munir, who blew the chance and sent it wide. A few minutes later, Real tried to clap back during a counter with Cristiano Ronaldo passing midfield to Benzema, who decided to take a shot at goal but missed the mark. But to Real fans' total despair, Neymar then sparked another dangerous attack. He sprinted at full speed towards the goal, shook off the defense, and laid off a stellar pass to Munir, who yet again missed an epic opportunity. Now was Cristiano Ronaldo's moment to shine one last time in the game. In the game's final moments, Real made another push with Gareth Bale, whipping it across to CR7, who nailed a header. But once again, Barca's keeper pulled off a spectacular save. And that's how this legendary classic wrapped up with Barcelona crushing Real Madrid 4-0, featuring an awesome performance from Neymar, scoring a goal and serving up an assist, while CR7 walked off the field feeling totally humble. This win propelled Barca to snag the 2015 Spanish League title, and Neymar had one of the best seasons of his career, with many saying he should have bagged the Ballon d'Or over Messi.